Parshat Vayetze, we finished off that Yaakov Avinu reached the time when he could go back to Canaan. The Eibusher told him it was time to go. He figured it out with Lavan somehow or another, and he's on his way back. Pashtus, his avodah is finished. He accomplished everything that needs to be accomplished, and that's why he could go back to Canaan. The Poyel suddenly gets stuck on the way with Eisav. We don't see that the Eibusher told him to get stuck with Eisav, but he starts dealing with Eisav. Said Malachim, the whole parsha of Vayishlach. The whole beginning is with Eisav, with sending first the Matana, and then they actually meet, and then they get stuck in Shechem with Dinah. Only at the very, very end of the parsha does he finally get back to Canaan, and even that, before we talk about Vayeshev Yaakov Eretz Meguri Aviv, that Yaakov settles down, Bikesh Leshem B'Shava, we get stuck again with Eisav, with Alufei Edom, with talking about Il Machem Shemachu, back to Eisav. So clearly there's something very unique about Eisav, about Yaakov dealing with Eisav, and why is Yaakov getting stuck with Eisav? What's so important about Eisav? And we see it again Mudgish in the Haftarah, where it's the whole Haftarah is talking about Moshiach comes. We're gonna deal with Edom, with Eisav, and it says over there, the pasuk says, "V'ol Mishim Ha'tzion, Eisav, Hois L'Shem Amlucha." And Rashi says on this, "Limedcha she'ein malchus l'shleima ad she'ipor mizar shel Eisav." Hois L'Shem Amlucha, the Eibusher's Mlucha can't be complete until we take care of Eisav first. So what's this big haggasha on Eisav? Why are we so worried about Eisav? Why does Yaakov take care of him before getting back to Canaan? Why is Moshiach? Why is Mechusar and the Eibusher not complete until we take care of Eisav? Kitzur, what's the story with Eisav? So, versteht sich, Yaakov and Eisav doesn't just mean Yaakov and Eisav. Yaakov and Eisav represents Shnei L'Ummim, represents Yidden and Goyim, Kedusha and Klippa. And Yaakov's avodah, besides having to take care of his own birurim, the shleimus avodah of Yaakov is that he has to also be avar Eisav. You know that Eisav represents the Eretz Toyu. There's a lot of cool things going on over there. So, in order for Yaakov's avodah, besides completing his own avodah, he also has to take care of being avar Eisav. That already explains why. We'll get to more explanation. That already explains why Yaakov was so busy with Eisav. Why Moshiach is so busy with Eisav? Because the avodah, in order for our avodah to be complete, we first said we have to also be mevader the birurim of Eisav. Just to point out that it says here in the Sikha a little different types than we usually say. We usually say that Yaakov sent to Eisav Malachim. Yaakov was finished his avodah, he was asking Eisav if he's done his. But here this is a little bit different, that Yaakov finished his avodah, he's telling Eisav, I finished taking care of myself, and now I'm ready to come take care of you. The Poyel, Eisav wasn't ready, and that's why Yaakov says, Anias Nalal Iti. He has to go much slower, which basically the whole avodah of our goals now is taking care of that avodah of solely being mevared Eisav until V'hois L'Shem Amlucha. So, fine. Question is, why Taka? Why Taka is it so important for our shleimus to be mevared Eisav? To be mevared Umas Ha'olam. So, to explain this, the Rebbe says there's two types of tshuva. There's the tshuva the basic tshuva that we know of, tshuva for Avedis, and in the Kudim Torah, the Alter Rebbe says, like it has a chesed that the ikr is tshuva of Avedis. That's not the ikr tshuva. The ikr tshuva is the ikr tshuva is bringing the shava back to its makar, connect to the Eibusher, not the tshuva for Avedis. The Rebbe says hayos. There's a kosak v'daitach that the ikr tshuva is Avedis. Besides the fact that they do have that avodah, apparently there is something to the avodah of tshuva for Avedis, which the ikr tshuva doesn't have. What is the mile of tshuva for Avedis? So we know that through tshuva for Avedis, then it's naslik izachis, and in other words, through the tshuva for Avedis, you're reaching the lowest levels of klippa, which have in them hidden the highest nitzitzis like Kedusha. If we would have only had tshuva of Baruch Tashal Ekim, we wouldn't have gotten those nitzitzis hidden in the deepest parts of klippa, which are the highest nitzitzis. Through the tshuva of Avedis, we reach those nitzitzis. At the same time, even though we're getting the highest nitzitzis through tshuva of Avedis, the ikar tshuva remains Baruch Tashav Lakim Shana. And that's also the Avodah of Tshuva, the ikar Avodah of Tshuva also isn't a sinas koyach to do the tshuva for Avedis and bring ourselves back up to the level of Baruch Tashav Lakim. So we said the same idea is with the Bir Umas Olam. We know it says in the pasuk Ki'atam Avim Kol Amim, Yidden are the smallest nation of Goyim. And although Takiv and Poyel, Yidden are the Am Skula, Yidden are the Ebishter's Am Mufchar, but there is a mile in Kamos which Eichus doesn't have. So we must say that the Avodah, that in Umas Olam, Hayos there the Roiv, Begashmis, Bekamos, there has to be some sort of mila in the Umas Olam. What's the mila? The same mila of the Tshuva and Avedis. The mila is that there are certain bidurim that are hidden in Umas Olam because of Shviras Sekelim. And in order to get to those bidurim, in order to get to those tzaitis, we have to mevar Umas Olam. And that is they're connected to the mashal that when it goes back to talking about Alufei Eisav at the end of the parsha, Rashi brings the mashal about someone who's looking for like gems or diamonds in the sand, and he'll take a whole thing of sand and filter through it just to find the diamonds. He takes the sand and the rocks, he throws that away, because what's he looking for? The diamonds. The poel, he's also looking through the sand and the rocks. And that's which is the Umas Olam. So the same idea is we're looking through Umas Olam, we're reading Umas Olam Taka, where it's only in order to get to the whole discussion of Yeshuva Eisav is in order to get to the Eish of Yaakov. But at the end of the day, it's in the Torah, it's in Atzmi on its own also, and which is the Vimavar the Umas Olam. As through Umas Olam, we get through to those highest nitzoites which are stuck in the Umas Olam. The Rebbe says an interesting word that in Sefer Bereishis we know is Sefer Tolas Adam, which means that in Sefer Bereishis we see a person's avodah mapped out. And the Rebbe goes to every parsha with the names of the parshas and says how this is our avodah. So we'll just go through quickly. Bereishis, Beis Reishis teaches us that a Yid's avodah is that everything the world is created provided by Eibishter, all for Yidden and Eibishter, Yidden and Torah. Then we go on to Noach. What's the point of why did Eibishter create all this for Yidden and Torah? In order to get to Neicha Derucha, in order to get to the Dir B'tach Torah that the Eibishter is waiting for, which brings Nachas to Eibishter. In order for that to happen, you have to have Lech Lecha. The Neshama has to leave its Shreir, it should come down here and do its Avodah, which the Koyach for that is from Vayera, that the Gilei Lekus, which comes to the Neshama, and the Gilei is in a way of Chai Yisara, in a way of that Meya, and all the dagas of Meya has of Sheva, which is Taina Gratze, Moichin Midas, all in order to get to the same Tzadikim Maisim Tovim, specifically Yaakov and Eisav, Asi Tovim Stumira. And then it starts the Avodah Poel Mamish, Vayetze, we go out into Chara, we go out into the world to do Avodah, and Vayishlach, we go specifically to Eisav, and here there was Madgish. Eisav is the idea of Bir of Tachna Shein Tachna L'Mata Menu. There's the regular Avodah, and then Eisav is Tachna Shein Tachna L'Mata Menu, which then brings us to Vayeshev, that we're Vayeshev B'Shava, we could have more Baruchas to life until Miketz, which is the Ketz of the Avodah. We reach the end of the Avodah. Vayigash, the chibur between the Yidden and Eibishter, Vayichi, Chayim Yitzchim, and Chiyas Avesa. And the Fizeh, so the Rebbe says basically you divide these things into three general inyanim. There's the Avodah, there's the Kavanah of the Avodah, and what's the Oifen of the Avodah? It's gracious to tell this. Vayetze Vayishlach is how we do the Avodah Poel Mamish. Not how. It is the Avodah Poel Mamish, the beard of Tachta, and then beard of Tachta and Shein Tachta L'Mata Menu. And then after that, what we reach to Miketz Vayeshev, Miketz Vigesh Vayichi, or we reach to through our Avodah. So we see again, Mudgish Eisav is in the Tachta and Shein Tachta L'Mata Menu. And with that, we can connect it also into Skislev, which the whole Chiddush into Skislev, is that we're taking the Mayonis into Chutzah, but not just the Chutzah. The Chiddush of Chassidus Chabad over Chassidus HaKolis, that we can take it to Chutzah, She'en Chutzah, Imenu, take it to the furthest Chutzah through Chacham Minadas, we bring it down into even to Techel Dam Shebahamis, and the Rebbe says until that started without the Rebbe through all their Beim until the Friedrich, which sent out Shluchim and Poil to the lowest places, so the Friedrich himself came to Chatzi Kadar Tachtim. again, the Indian of Tachta, Shein Tachta Matemenu, which obviously is the Chana Kreva, through Vayishlach, through Yitas Kislev, what's Mayanas Chutzah, and Tachta, Shein Tachta Matemenu, Chana Kreva for Gil Mitzvah Shlema, take it from Yad Mamish. Here the name of Rabbeinu Malcham Moshiach Eluvay. Here the name of Rabbeinu Malcham Moshiach Eluvay. Here the name of Rabbeinu Malcham Moshiach Eluvay.